Okay, so can I be vulnerable yet brave with you about this video? This video I've been putting off for a really long time, and it should have come out in February, but if you remember, I was going through a relatively tough time in January mentally. I just sort of started to feel burnt out with the business, and I decided to take a month off of YouTube. So this video never got created, and I feel like I owe it to you. This really doesn't feel like it has a place on Budget with Ira anymore, because it is just about the budget. This channel is all about just doing all sorts of stuff. So we are looking at a video that I filmed 4 years ago. This video was to myself. It was what I thought was going to happen to the business, and I had very different ideas about where I'd be at this point. Not that I failed, but different ideas about what was important to me back then, just my projections on where I hoped I would be. So today we're going to watch that video and have a look at where I'm at in terms of where I thought I'd be to where I am now, and also how my opinions on that progress has come along. So what was important to me 4 years ago probably is different to what's important to me now. So we've done this video before, but this is 4 years later. We have got more planned for the next couple years. I just want to put up a quick disclaimer. The sound is bad. It was filmed 4 years ago, in case I didn't mention that, in my old house, which had zero soundproofing. The audio is not going to be good, but I will do my best to equalize it. So here she is. This is what I look like, and obviously my face looks a little bit rounder, my hands look a bit bigger. We're gonna go through this and watch this and kind of cut to, let's just watch it, right? And then we'll talk about it at the end, yeah? So let's think about where I want to be in 4 years' time. So the 25th of February, 2025. So that was the day that this video was supposed to go out, so February. Right now it's May the 15th. As I'm recording this, you're probably going to get this a week later. That was where I was hoping I would be. So, so for YouTube, I would like to have about 15K. I think 15. Okay, so right now we're on, I think we're like 11 and a half, and I'm very comfortable with that. Like, a lot of you may have noticed that growth has very much slowed down. I don't think we've tapped out the market. I don't think we've met our full audience yet, but I'm really happy with this slow organic growth. I feel like cash stuffing and budgeting, you kind of revolve through audiences every now and then. So what you will often find is some budgeting channels get really big, then they get really small. As people drop off the budgeting wagon, it's not as important to them anymore, they unsubscribe from channels. What's happened with us, we've continually grown, and now it's slowed down, but it might still slowly grow forever, or it might pick up, but I can't really imagine us getting any less subscribers, because we're kind of going through audiences over and over, and I really like that about what we do. But yeah, 15K, while I think it was okay considering what my growth was back then, if we had continued, it probably would have been about there. But I'm really happy and really satisfied with our subscribership as we are now. But if you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and do it. Okay, like 5K in a year is a colossal jump. I think that would be, well, obviously I'm at 5K now, but I think in 2 years' time, an extra 10K, I think that's reasonable. Do you? I'd like my Patreon following to have doubled at that point. So at the moment, it's about 150 patrons. Okay, we have way less than 150 patrons. The way we do Patreon now is so different. I think the tiers were about the same, but we did not have a sugar daddy tier then. So sugar daddy tier is an expensive tier. We're definitely making more money than we used to on Patreon. It's really good for the business, it's really good for me, and it's really good for the people that are on Patreon. The amount of people, like, it could be like 300, because I have a £1 tier now. Like, duh, there's so much content on Patreon. I'm constantly uploading something on Patreon, so definitely check that out if you are interested. I'd like to be at about 300 patrons contributing that would be nice regularly, and getting something that they really benefit from. I think within 2 years' time, I would have really thought about the benefits that come with it, and I think I would have probably maybe scaled down what we do, or maybe automated the process so that it doesn't take such a big toll on me. So we didn't automate it because I think that's silly, right? We're a handmade business, like nearly everything we sell is handmade, right? Automating the process would just take the niceness out of it. But what we did do is we simplified it so that if you're on this tier, your options are very limited, basically limited to what type of cash envelope do you want, which makes it easier, and we can blast through packing Patreon in less than an hour. It used to be an all-day situation because everybody had customization and all sorts of stuff, but we really simplified it now so that it's, you know what you're getting every month. Like, that's what I like about it. In terms of the business, I would like to be, at this point, 4 years down the line, I would like to be solely working through my website. Don't start. Essentially, I haven't got round to doing a website. I know that me 4 years ago was very excited about a website. I found that the sorts of fees that you'd get from Shopify or Big Cartel and things like that are relatively similar to Etsy, but Etsy do interfere sometimes, like a bit too much. I've got a handmade business. Its place is on Etsy. Etsy is quite good for SEO, being found and stuff like that. I think I'm better at it than them in terms of directing you to it, but we're a budgeting shop. Do you know what I mean? Like, that makes sense. So I think there is space for a Budget with Ira website. I think there is space for one. With that, you'll find me moving the things that I don't actually make onto there, like the plain binders, things that I haven't really designed, but there isn't much that hasn't had my hand on it. So Etsy does feel like the right place for my business. If I moved over to Shopify, yes, I could include more stuff that doesn't have the Budget with Ira touch on it, but A, would you want that? B, it's going to be the same, relatively the same in terms of fees. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I think potentially one day, I think it looks more professional. I want my website to be a certain way and it needs a web designer, and I am not that person. I'm really not. So that Etsy doesn't take any money off of me. I'd like that to be the case, and I think it would be a really good thing to say that I have an employee, so somebody who works for me, or maybe more, but I think to have one person that I can trust, that will support me with my vision and help me do the things so that I can spend more time doing the things that I'm actually really good at, will be really good. So I have thought long and hard about getting someone to work with me, and ideally I was looking at someone that would work between 16 and 20 hours a week, just like in between a school run or something like that. It's very easy when business is good to say I want that. So from July onwards, I will be really wanting someone. Having to tell that person that there's no work for them in January, February, March, April, May, June would be really tough for me, because there have been some weeks this year where I've earned less than £200. And when you run a business and you have to support yourself on that, and your outgoings are more than what you earn, it gets scary sometimes. I know that if you asked me that or told me that statement in maybe 3 months' time, I'd be like, yes, I need somebody. It's just one of those things. When business is more consistent, then it makes sense, but it has never been consistent. I'd like to have someone help me. It'd be lovely to not feel lonely all the time. Right now, it doesn't make financial sense. It really doesn't. I would rather put my money into making incredible products for you than paying for someone to pack your orders. I think in terms of YouTube, I'll still be working on a ton of growth. I don't think I'll have anybody working for me that can necessarily help me with YouTube. I think I'll still be editing all my videos and stuff like that, but I think I'll be starting to think about getting a bit of help with that. I would like to say that in February 2025, 2024, hold on. Always been bad at maths. Yeah, 25th February 2025, I think by then I would like to say that I'm actually ready to buy a house. Right, okay, so there's where I'm at with a house. I have enough money for a deposit. It's not the 100k that I wanted to have, but I could do it tomorrow. However, after speaking to my accountants, I need to have 3 years of books with my business, and I don't have that. I will have 3 years of books at end of financial year next year. So 2026, I'll be able to do that. I can look, but I really want to get to that 100k. Let's see how the rest of this year goes. Let's have a look at what my VAT bills are. Let's have a look at what my tax bills are. And if all works out, then I'll do it. I am very, very welcome at my brother's for as long as I need. I'll just do it when the time's right. So I used to think living at my brother's, I'd feel like a burden. I just don't feel that way. I think I'm just going to stay until the time's right. Plus, I don't know how lonely I'd feel if I was living by myself, truly. And I'd like to be sort of scoping out studios too, though, that I don't take my work home with me. So I have this studio. As we all know, the walls are coming in on me. I need a lot more space. If you looked at the storage I have in other parts, I need a lot more space. And I did start looking at studios, but again, it's one of those things. When business is good, I will pay anything for a studio. I was looking at paying £1,000 a month for one that was nice and big, plenty of room for growth and stuff like that. But this year, it would have been Patreon would have been the thing that keeps the lights on, but I don't know if I'd have been able to afford shipping. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those things that I'm in a great place at a great rate now. Moving somewhere further away, spending more on petrol, I just don't think the business is there for half of the year to afford that. I mean, prove me wrong, is what I'm saying. Prove me wrong and I'll move. But right now I feel like I'm staying here for at least the rest of this year, for sure. It's not like the business is doing poorly. Over the year, it balances out to something really, really good that is able to sustain me. It's quiet half the year and it's insane for the rest of the year. So if there was a bit of stability, it would be good. So yeah, that's where I'd like to be. But anyway, that's where I'd like to be after 4 years. I'll see you next year, bestie. Okay, let's just stop this recording. Okay, so what are my thoughts on what we've just seen? So I think they were really reasonable targets. I think I wanted to see growth in YouTube. I wanted to see growth in the business. What makes me really sad is I didn't think about my personal life whatsoever. Like, a lot has happened in the last 4 years, specifically this year. I think this is the first year that I've ever cared about myself enough to change my habits and change how I treat my body, change how I look at myself, how I view myself, how I talk to myself. And I think it's really sad, but I'm not surprised. All of my goals were business related because that's all I cared about. Don't get me wrong, I love this business. The biggest ticket to freedom I've ever had. I'm so honored, I am so blessed, but it is not my be all and end all anymore. Like, I want to have a lovely life, and that means living for longer, taking care of myself, having time with friends. I'm really, really caring about my emotional and physical health now, and my mental health. I'm really caring about that a lot more. So I wish if I could go back 4 years in a time machine, I could tell that person that I'm worth it, because I carried on like that for another 3 years and very nearly burnt out and gave all of this up. And if I had given this up, that would have been the biggest tragedy of my life, because I love doing what I do. I think this video is probably, for me, a huge thank you to you. Like, I know it's not necessary and I know it's not a massive topic for a video, but I just want to tell you, whether you've been here since the start or whether you've just joined me, you've changed my life. You really have. And I know it sounds ridiculous. I do know it sounds ridiculous. Even looking at myself 4 years ago, I'm still happier then than I was 4 years before that. Life has only got better, and it has really, really got better since I've met you lot. I am very lucky. I'm very blessed. Not everybody gets this. I fully understand it. So don't take me talking about how in January I didn't make much money, in February I didn't make much money. That's not me moaning. This is an absolute dream for me, and I would hate for it to be over. So I just want to tell you how thankful I am that even though I didn't meet the goals that I set myself 4 years ago, those goals are irrelevant because it's not what I want now. I don't need a website. I've got Etsy. I don't need 15,000 followers because I've got 11,500 of you. And I'm talking about budget with Ira rather than don't trust Ira. Like, this is where the cool kids hang out, right? Yeah, I just feel very, very honored to have you in my life. Just thank you for being here. And I guess that's it. So I don't know, I can't remember how we end these videos on this channel, but blip, I guess if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. If you're new to this channel and you haven't seen the main channel, on this channel we do lives every Tuesday and Thursday, and then you get an occasional video. On the lives we make stuff together, primarily cash envelopes and saving challenges and stuff like that. Sometimes we design, sometimes we get crafty. The videos that you're going to see on this channel are always random and they're probably not as emotional as this one, but yeah, we do have fun. I don't know how to end this. I guess I'll do what we do on Budget with Ira. Have you considered becoming a channel member or a patron? Patrons get exclusive content, sneak peeks and significant discounts off my Etsy store. Channel members get early access to every single video. In fact, they've seen this video long before you have. That's probably a lie for this channel, might not be, don't know. If you like the sound of those perks and you like the sound of me, have a look at the links in the description. You will not regret it, bestie. An extra special thank you to our top tier patrons, also known as Sugar Daddies. Angela Reeve, Angie, Beth Dorr, Kathy and Diana Hazel, Celeste Barentine, Denise Nelson, Diana, Emma Playford, Harvey, Janice Backman again, Megan Edwards, Nat, Stephanie Parker, Susan, Tiffany Probasco, Tony Leland, Tracy Dowdy and Tasha Bouvier. Thank you so much to the Sugar Daddies, you mean the absolute world to me, as do all of you, bestie. That's all we have for today. Until the next Don't Trust Ira video, should be about a month, maybe 2 weeks, who knows. Until then, I would like you to have a wonderful day, have a wonderful week and have a wonderful budget. Always remember, don't trust Ira. Let's... One of those at work. I don't know what the thumbnail's going to be. Probably Fat Me and Mimi. Alright, bestie. I'll see you really, really soon.